Hello and welcome back to Sportstagator. On this video, I will be ranking the possible names for an NHL team for Seattle. And please don't forget to subscribe. There are a handful of names I like, and there are some I don't. My least favorite name on this list is the Sushi.
I get it, sushi is pretty popular in Seattle, but why would you ever consider a team name like Sushi? It's something you eat and does not sound like a team name at all. Some people like it, but it still doesn't sound right at all.
Next one on the list is the Rainiers.
The Rainiers is not a bad name at all. But the problem with using the name Rainiers is that a minor league baseball team already has the name Rainiers. They are called the Tacoma Rainiers, and they're not that far away from Seattle.
Next on the list is the Cougars.
I actually like the name Cougars for an NHL team. But the one problem with that situation is the Washington State University already has the name Cougars. It would not be a smart move to name them the Seattle Cougars, because some people might think you're talking about the college football team. This is definitely a no for me.
The next one is the Eagles.
I like the name Eagles, but there's an NFL team that already has the name Eagles. It would just be weird to have the same name as an NFL team. I think some people might even get confused on which team is the NFL team and who's the NHL team.
The next one on the list is the Renegades.
I don't really know why the name Renegades are even on this list as possible Seattle NHL team names, when I just see them playing the song Renegades from Ets Ambassadors when every time they score a goal or even win a game.
Another not so great name is the Firebirds.
Why would you even think of a name like Firebirds would work in Seattle, when in general, a majority of the Seattle sports franchises have mostly green, blue, or even yellow too. But the name Firebirds sounds like the team would be red, orange, and yellow, and those colors would not match with Seattle types of colors.
The next one is the Pilots.
I like the name Pilots a lot, but the problem with that situation is that the name Pilots has been used before in professional sports. They were an MLB baseball team in 1969, and you can guess where they were located. They were located in Seattle, Washington as the Seattle Pilots, then relocated to Milwaukee and became the Milwaukee Brewers in 1970. I don't think it would be a great idea to name an NHL team after a baseball team that left Seattle for relocation.
The next one is the Sea Lions.
I honestly think the Sea Lions are a pretty good name overall. It makes sense on why this name would even be on the list for possible names because Seattle has so many sea lions. The downside of the name Sea Lions is that it's not an aggressive or scary type of name at all, especially when they have killer whales in the Puget Sound as well, and that sounds aggressive.
The next one on the list is the Seals.
The Seals are an okay name, but they are not an aggressive name at all. Seattle does have a lot of seals. They could have some great mascots, but I just don't take this name seriously at all. Because I think the Seals are pretty cute animals, it should not be an NHL team.
The next one on the list is the Whales.
The whales have a nice ring to it, but the problem with that situation is, which whales are you talking about? Humpback whales, beluga whales, blue whales, sperm whales, and there are even more whales to choose from. I do think their mascot would be cool.
The next one is the Grays.
The name Grays are a pretty good name for an NHL team, but the problem with the name Grays is that it doesn't sound aggressive at all, but it's a good name too. I think their mascot would be pretty cool overall.
Next one on the list is the Metropolitans.
Did you know that Seattle actually had a hockey team from 1915 to 1924, and they were the first U.S. team to win the Stanley Cup in 1917? They were known as the Seattle Metropolitans. It would be pretty cool if they used the same name for a new Seattle NHL team.
Next one on the list is the Totems.
I really like the name Totems. It's really super specific to the Pacific Northwest and would be a great thing with the culture of the Native Americans by having a name like totems. They would have an awesome logo and jerseys too. It would honor the Native Americans by naming the team Totems and would show the heritage of the natives too.
This one I really like, the Krakens.
If you want to see something different, then the Krakens are the name. It's different, it's new, it's exciting, and it's also aggressive and scary too. The logo would be cool, and their jerseys would be too. But the one downside is that the legend of the Kraken did not originate from the North Pacific Ocean, and instead in the Caribbean Sea and North Atlantic Ocean. That's the one problem with the name Kraken, that it just doesn't fit in the Northwest. but who cares, right?
Next one on the list is the Evergreens.
The Evergreens have a nice ring to it, and it's overall a good name too. It makes sense of why they would even consider the name Evergreens, with the Pacific Northwest being so green. They could even have a nice logo and jerseys too. The one downside is that it's a plant, so it's not going to be sounding aggressive at all.
Next one on the list is the Emeralds.
The name Emeralds is one of my favorites on this list. No, it's not the gemstone that they would name the team after. The name Emeralds in Seattle means it's surrounded by greenery all year around. To me, that fits Seattle really well overall. It's an open book on what the logo could be, and the jersey design could be too.
Next one is the Aviators.
The name Aviators is such a great name. With the history of Boeing and planes overall in Washington, it made sense to name the team the Aviators. The logo would be super cool, and the jersey's design could be super cool too. Even the mascot could be cool too.
This next one on the list is my favorite, the Sockeyes.
The Sockeyes are a really cool name for an NHL team in Seattle. It makes perfect sense to name them the Sockeyes because whenever you think of downtown Seattle, you might think of Pike Place Market and Fish and Puget Sound too. Some people might not like Sockeyes because it's not intimidating and it's a fish. But I actually like it a lot. The jerseys would be amazing and their logo would be too.
A lot of these names I can actually see as an NHL team in Seattle, as long it's not the sushi at all. At the end of the day, when they debut the name, logo, and jerseys, unfortunately on the internet they will say bad things about the name, it's trash, it's terrible, and that type of thing. But overall, I think it will be a great name whatever they pick. I'm curious on what you guys think on what the NHL team name should be. Leave your comments below and tell me what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. If I forgot any information about this video or what you guys think I forgot, please leave them below in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video with friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Sportstagator signing off. See you next time.